Hi, back here again to talk about some dolls. As I said in the last one, I will be going out of town to celebrate my birthday. So I'm recording this a little far in advance. Let's see. This one will be going up the day after. My birthday's Friday. This will be scheduled for Saturday. Yeah, so by the time you see this, I will be gone and also a year older. I'll be at a convention, hence the cosplay. I did get a wig, but I didn't want to wear it while recording, so here we are. Anyways, hi, hello, it's so wonderful to see you. We're here to do our favorite thing, sit down, and talk about some dolls. If you happen to be brand new here, hello to you as well. This is a series I like to do every now and again on my channel where I go through new and upcoming releases and just give my thoughts on them, if I'll be buying them, if they're a total flop, etc. Usually, you are more than welcome to disagree with me. This is an opinion-based discussion, after all. But seeing how it is my birth week, not this time. I choose to be objectively correct, and you just have to go along with it. Yeah, I have a lot to prepare for. I'm very busy this week, so let's go ahead and get into it. As always, we start with Barbie, my girl Barbara. Normally, I don't include a lot of the Playline releases from her, because there's like 5 million of them, and we would be here all day. But every now and then, there's one or two I think I should talk about. And this is one, the Barbie Twinning Looks line. So these are very much like a spiritual successor to the line Glam and Groom from years past. Each doll comes with a dog that kind of sort of matches her. It doesn't live up to Glam and Groom. No, like not even a little bit, not at all. But I do at least appreciate that we're getting these like cute themed lines again more often. I mean, I feel like for a long time Barbie was hesitant to do concepts, which is like kind of crazy. It's like actually crazy. But I'm glad to see more stuff like this, even if the execution could be a lot better. I do think I would like this line a lot more if it was a Dream Besties line. It almost feels conceptually like down to the specific dolls they chose that it was supposed to be, but I just like the Dream Besties. I'm an apologist. Next, some more Barbie movie doll releases, because the party ended 2 years ago, but Mattel is still here. Most significantly, I guess, is that we are getting Alan, finally, which is fun, or it would be if the doll even remotely resembled Alan or Michael Cera. No, this is a crime. We just got like a regular Alan release too, one based on the original Alan doll, who is like so much cuter, and who I assume will cost far less than this doll too. So this one is just really badly timed and also just ugly. But there's more. There's dolls for Ken in the pink jumpsuit and Barbie in the beret outfit from that same scene. Both cute outfits. Both dolls I remember wanting to see when the movie actually came out. And now that the hype's died down, I'm not totally opposed to them. They're just like a huge maybe, like if I happen to find them on sale. I also don't love the updated face for Ken on these dolls. I actually think the other one was a lot cuter, even if it didn't look much like Ryan Gosling. I thought it was fine because he looked like Ken, but that's a personal preference. I know some people like this new face a lot more, and that's fine. Also, one more movie doll, President Barbie in her outfit from the dance scene. Of all the outfits from the movie that have yet to get dolls, like, if we have to keep releasing dolls years down the line, I have no idea why they would choose this one. It's just, I wouldn't even buy this outfit on a Playline doll, much less a Mattel Creations one, so it's a big no from me. Next, speaking of Mattel Creations, the next in the Tribute to Fashion Signature series, she went up for pre-order earlier this month and is still available on Mattel Creations. This one is inspired by 1920s era fashion, and she's cute. I don't know if I would describe her as, like, gorgeous, stunning, beautiful, flawless, but she's definitely cute. I do like that they didn't go a super stereotypical route with the 1920s influence. There's really nothing that peeves me more than a totally stereotypical, inaccurate, costumey flapper dress. In that sense, I do kind of wish that they went all the way and, you know, gave the gown like a big boxy shape instead of being super form-fitting, you know? Maybe that would have looked unflattering on a doll, though. I think the design as a whole could just be more elaborate, though. If you're gonna do Art Deco, and if you're gonna charge $110, I just need more. It feels like a step too far to say that she's underwhelming. Maybe underutilized is a better term. And then we have the 2025 Holiday Barbie, the absolute catastrophe of a doll that this is. Well, there's 5 dolls, but they all wear the same hideous dress. This is just... like, what do I even say at this point? I guess that I like the idea of the brocade fabric, but the dress has a horrible shape to it. That bow is so awkwardly placed. The netting on the neckline was a terrible idea, even more terribly executed. And the whole design is an absolute disaster from start to finish. And honestly, what's most egregious is the lack of styling. They didn't bother to style her hair in any particular way, except for the one doll that has a ponytail. They didn't bother to give her a necklace or a bracelet. Like, it's just lazy. It's so lazy and thoughtless, and I honestly can't believe that Mattel has the nerve to still treat Holiday Barbie like she's some kind of sacred annual tradition when they're putting absolutely no effort into these releases. And that's just that on that. All right, I think that's all I had for Barbie, so on to Disney. From Mattel, a new line of Disney collector dolls. These also came out earlier this month, and I think all of them are still in stock and available on Mattel Creations for 80 doll hairs each. These are silly. They're silly. I don't know. I'm not mad at them. I guess I do kind of see the vision. They're supposed to be whimsical and over the top and nonsensical. I mean, it's in the name, Once Upon a Whimsy. So I do at least applaud the bravery, the risk, though I do think it's very funny that we were supposed to get these very eccentric, over-the-top dolls, and Mattel still managed to deliver 3 different flavors of a mermaid-style gown. Some things never change. 80 doll hairs is definitely asking a little too much, but like I said, I'm not mad at these. Will I get them? Probably not. Like I'm not planning on it, but I'm interested in seeing more concepts like this. Like, yeah, just go crazy. We have more than enough collector dolls who are just like in some kind of formal evening gown. Let's start doing looks that are just absolutely crazy. Totally. All right, next, from the loyal subjects who have been responsible for the new wave of Strawberry Shortcake and Rainbow Bright dolls in stores, they've confirmed they are releasing more gem dolls, which is excellent news to me. They're actually releasing all the holograms, minus Raya, but hopefully she comes too. So there's the 3 holograms, and there's also a glitter and gold gem. These are all currently up for pre-order right now. According to their Amazon listing, they'll come out January of next year, so kind of a long wait. I do have the gem doll that they made, and I really like her. I think it's quite obvious that the Loyal Subjects is a company that has a lot more experience with action figures than they do fashion dolls. So she's very action figure-esque. It's not something I think of as a negative. I actually think it's pretty interesting, actually. It's just definitely worth pointing out. I do think across the board, though, we need some better hair. We need better hair for all the girls. Like, that's my advice to you, loyal subjects. Get an experienced fashion doll hairstylist on board. But Otherwise, I'm really excited for these. The prices did unfortunately go up. So the standard releases are now $45, with the glitter and gold gem being $55 hairs. I do think that's pushing it. They are on the threshold of what I'm willing to pay and dangerously close to stepping over it. Like, dangerously. If I wasn't such a huge diehard Gem and the Holograms fan, I probably wouldn't. But I do love Jim way too much, so. Alright, now we have quite a few things from Monster High. First is the third line of Buried Secrets. This one is dance themed, and it includes Cleo, Claudine, Twyla, and Laguna. And these are just not for me. Buried Secrets as a whole is not for me. It probably will never be for me. At like $15, that is more than I am willing to pay for a totally unarticulated budget doll, blind boxed at that. That's just me. I have zero interest in Monster High dolls that are unarticulated. And for some lines, that's like not even a deal breaker, but for Monster High, it is. Like, I do consider articulation to be a big part of Monster High's appeal, personally. And it's just the fact that they continue to mold their arms in these really weird, awkward positions. Like, if I absolutely had to choose, I would just prefer their arms to be straight out. So this whole line is a pass for me. I know some people like Buried Secrets, they get excited for them. I'm just not one of those people. Next, the Corpse Bride Skeletor doll. As of me filming this, she is currently sold out. She released August 21st. I've heard whispers of her getting a wider release than usual, so she might not stay out of stock. I don't know for sure, though. Don't hold me to that. Yeah, this one was kind of a disappointment for me. I'm not someone who normally buys Skeletor dolls. I actually don't even own a single one. But I always thought Corpse Bride would have been the doll that could convince me to buy one. Like, if any movie could, it would be her. So when I first caught wind of this doll being an actual thing, like, I was excited. I was really excited. Sadly, though, I just don't think I like her that much. I think her face is really well done, really pretty. They translated Emily really well into this Monster High style, the proportions, all of that I can commend. What I cannot is kind of just everything else, especially the dress, the lace, the netting, the tulle, if it can even be called tulle. I don't think it can, really. It all just looks so inexcusably cheap. Like, I genuinely think this is one of the worst executed designs I've ever seen on a Skeletor, and that's really saying something. And what gets me is, like, Emily's dress in the movie is in tatters. It's rags. So you could have gotten away with fabrics that maybe didn't necessarily look the most luxurious, and it would have been fine. But somehow you made a dress that looks even more cheap and horrid than the actual literal decaying and decomposing gown she's wearing in the movie. It's almost impressive. Another collector doll, this one was shown off at San Diego Comic-Con, so we don't have stock photos or anything yet. These images are actually courtesy of the one and only Garrett Sander. Thank you, Garrett. The House of Wolf Claudine doll, who is set for release of fall of this year, so within the next few months. You know, maybe she needs to grow on me. There's things I like. There are things that I like. I like the hair a lot. And you know, I will always love a fur stole. Though I guess in this case it's more like a coat, cape, question mark. Oh, it's a coat. I see the sleeve. I think the stole is separate. I think. Good news. For me, it's just the base outfit, so how I feel about this doll depends very specifically on how much she will cost. So choose wisely, Mattel. Choose very wisely. It's just very simple, and it's not even that I think a collector doll needs to have a bunch of layers and pieces and moving parts and accoutrements. I just need the outfit to look finished, fully realized, and I'm not entirely sure that this one does. It feels like she's missing something, like maybe a chain on her belt, maybe some sleeves, a pattern on the leggings. I don't know, it doesn't even need to be something huge, because the coat is obviously the big statement piece here, and it's a nice piece. But a doll shouldn't be carried by a coat, right? Maybe I'm being too harsh. Am I being too harsh? I think if she's in the $40 to $60 range, that's okay. I might consider it. But if she ends up being like 90 doll hairs or 120 doll hairs, no, absolutely not. Will not be happening. Alright, now we get to talk about the new G3 line, the Core Refresh Wave 2. When these dropped, it was like pandemonium, chaos, rioting in the streets. People acted like Mattel had come into their house and personally spit on them. It was like these were the ugliest, most offensive, most vile, most disgusting dolls the community had ever seen. People were mad. As for me, I do not think they are that bad. Now, do I think there is a clear decline from the first Core Refresh line? Yes. Speaking in terms of, like, number of outfit pieces, the quality of said outfit pieces, and especially the shoes. The shoes all across the board are absolutely my least favorite thing about this line. They're a pretty big disappointment, especially because I feel like that was one of my big complaints with G3 first starting out, that the shoe game was just a little too weak for my liking. And then they started amping it up to a good place, and now we're back to here. Draculaura, she's probably my favorite. I like this look a lot. I do wish her leg warmers were a darker color just to match. Maybe also that they had some bows on them too. Maybe that she had like a belt or something. But overall, this is a cute design. Cute look. I like her. Frankie, I like them too. I love the hair. I love all the outfit pieces. The skirt and the top. It's not a bad outfit, but it does look like, I don't know, like there was a much better outfit somewhere at the start of this design process, and then a bunch of elements were just removed along the way, and then this is kind of what was left. I think that's kind of true for this whole line, really, actually. Claudine, oh Claudine, the curse has not lifted. You are forever doomed to have the worst signature doll, I think. And what's crazy is, like, the idea of a good outfit is here. They're so close. They're almost there, but they're not there. It just isn't it. I do think if she had better shoes, that would improve this whole look immensely. Like if she had some fur-lined boots, just to tie in all the other fur in her outfit, and not these completely transparent monstrosities. It would make it a great outfit, but it would help a lot. Cleo is a downgrade from her first Core Refresh doll, for sure. But to be completely fair to Cleo, like, I think any doll would have been a downgrade. That doll, the first Core Refresh, is just absolutely everything. Most dolls look like a downgrade compared to that one. I like the pants. I appreciate that even though we clearly have some limitations going on, we're moving away from hot pants and biker shorts. We've had more than enough hot pants and biker shorts to last a lifetime in G3. So I like that we're playing with silhouettes and more interesting outfit pieces. But I do acknowledge that she needs more refinement, more styling. I think she probably does have the most complete look of all of them, though. Laguna. You know, I like the skirt. A lot of people acted like this skirt was an affront to God. I like it. Laguna's very limited by her leg fins and the kind of outfit pieces she can wear, so I think this is an interesting way to give her a new silhouette. I like the top. The idea of it. I just don't know if it was necessarily the move to pair this top with this skirt. You know, that's kind of where it loses me. Again, it's like, there's potential, there's some good ideas, something just feels off. So overall, I'm not furious, I'm not mad, I'm not even disappointed, but I do think as a whole, this line had a lot of potential to be a lot better, especially with the way they're branching out to more silhouettes and more interestingly designed outfit pieces. They just didn't take it all the way there, and it does feel like a bit of a downgrade from the last signature line for that reason. And that, my friends, is everything that I had on my list for today. As always, thank you so much for watching. It is, of course, now your turn to go down there in the comments and tell me all your thoughts. Tell me which dolls you're most excited for, which ones you're getting, which ones you might have already gotten, and also which ones you're not getting. Because I do support being a hater, as long as you keep it civil and you keep it cute. But when you're done with all that, just be sure to like and subscribe for any future fashion doll content. Now go out and get those dolls.